Hello. Hi. Hello. Welcome to day 3. Yay. I'll wait for people to come on. Today is going to be an exciting one. I'm looking forward to this one. We get to talk about all the magical stuff. So if you're popping on, put a comment in. Let me know you're here. Hi, someone's just joined. Just pop a comment in. Let me know you're here. Let me know how you're feeling. The last couple of days we've went through a lot of stuff. So are you feeling overwhelmed? Are you feeling like you're having some good breakthroughs? What's been happening in your world? Have you been getting any signs? Hi, Mandy. You all right? Hi, Oswald. So I'd love to know if you've been having any changes. Hi, Heather. You know, what's been happening? Let me know. Day 3 is going to be good, but we're going to mix things up tonight. So we're going to do the meditation first and get everything cleared from the first couple of days, everything that's been building up. And even if this is the first one you're listening to, don't worry, you can still take part. It's going to be a good one. And then the second half, we're going to go into manifesting, and we're going to have a little manifesting exercise. Oh, good. Glad you're good, Mandy. Anybody else, just how you feeling? Has anything major happened over the last few days? And I just want to say to everybody as well, the amount of work that we've done in 2 days and the amount of intuitive hits people have been getting is absolutely incredible. So to be honest, it took me a long time to get to the place that some of you guys have got to. So the messages that you've been getting, the fact that we just go into a meditation and you get a message, even as beginners, is huge. So, you know, be proud of yourself. Even if you feel a bit frustrated, sometimes you're not getting the answer straight away, you're getting some good stuff coming through. So trust your intuition. We're all in the right group here. I love it. And I think because we've made this such a safe place and the energy is so good in it, it's just creating this environment for you just to get these good messages, and they're all unique to you. So it's everything you need to hear, and that's the thing. And if we just set the intention again today, just take a deep breath in, and we're just going to set the intention that you are going to get the message that you need today, and everything's going to come through at the perfect time. So we've done a lot of mindset stuff as well. So we've done a lot of shifts and a lot of thinking of a different way of looking at the world, to be honest. And I look at the world in a very different way to most people, I think. But to be honest, I quite like that. I'd rather be in my little mind than some other people. And I pulled a card tonight. I'm going to pull one live just so you see what I do. But I actually pulled a card for me tonight before we started, and I got this one. So can you see? My fearless freedom lights up the world. So the fact that I'm in this little bubble and the way I look at the world, I quite like that, because that's my fearless freedom. And it's lighting up the world, apparently. So I'll take that one tonight. So just we'll just give people a second and just see if anybody else is joining us. And what we're going to do first, we're going to look at doing a meditation, and it's going to release some limiting beliefs. So just pop in the comments if you've done any work on limiting beliefs before, or you've tried to shift any, or if you even know what they are. Some people, I know we've talked about them briefly, but we've mainly talked about conditioning and things, and that's what creates your limiting beliefs. So you think of things that's happened in your childhood when we're like sponges. And I know Brit, on her podcast episode that she was on, she said she ended up with a major limiting belief around her body. She hated her body. She felt fat even though she wasn't. And all it come from was when her uncle picked her up once when she was young. And he went, "Oh, Brittany," instead of Brittany. And that stuck. And then obviously if somebody else says something at school, or somebody else adds to that, then she's got this huge thing about her being fat, when it's come from one little saying when she was younger that he was only making a joke, but it's stuck. So I know Karen opened up and said that one of her team leaders had said something about a confidence, and that stuck with her and it still stays with her. And I know people have said to me as well that I've had over the years, oh, you're just too much. And I always remember when I was younger, I was obviously quite a bubbly, lively kid, always trying to make everybody laugh and just getting a bit excitable. And I always remember being like, Rachel, just quiet, you're just too much. And it was just like, that stuck. So I tended to just try and not be as loud and in people's faces, but hey, what can I do? Mandy used to work with me. She knows I am loud and I talk to everyone. Oswald, I have, but it doesn't stick around long. Does that mean the shifts don't stick, Oswald? I think it does. But yeah, some of these beliefs that we pick up, and we've touched on a few, so that feeling of not being good enough, not having enough confidence, you know, your emotions don't count, you're not safe to speak your truth, that type of thing. Just feeling you could feel fat like Brittany did. It could be all sorts of things, and these are really limiting for people. And what they do is they don't come out in the fact that you would say, oh, I have this belief to anybody. It just comes out in the way that you act. So for me personally, I touched on this the other night, but I used to think that I used to put other people first. I used to think other people's emotions were more important than mine, and other people were more important than me. So what I would do is I would just put everybody else's emotions before mine. I was giving everybody else that lead role in my life, and I was just sitting back and letting everybody else take the shine. And that was fine. But when you're giving and giving constantly and putting yourself second and feeling like that's what you deserve, it's very limiting, and you don't live your life, you live someone else's life. You know, you live what's best for the people around you rather than making yourself happy and making that a priority. So that's one that I had, and I did shift that through tapping. And they can creep back up, but once you have the methods to shift it, then you can keep shifting it. So hopefully this will be a good meditation. And I think, Oswald, you might have done a version of this one with me as well before, so it'll be good to do it again now that you're a bit more in tune with things. So I just want you all to take a second and just pop in the comments a number 1 if you have a strong limiting belief that you can think of now. If you've got a few, then great, but put a 1 in the comments if you have got one, and put a 2 if you still need a bit more information, if you don't know fully what a limiting belief would be. So just pop in the comments where you are, either a 1 for you've got one, and a 2 for if you don't. Hi Laura, didn't see you come on. Right, so you've got one. I'm sure most of us do, but I just want to check that we've all got the grasp of what we're going to try and shift. Good, Oswald, yeah. There's a couple more people on. Mandy has, great. So, yeah. So, what we're going to do, hi Heather, you've got one too. Yeah, I'm sure we've all got loads. And if you just take a second, and have you got a pad and a bit of paper? And if you just write down, scribble away as many as you can. Yeah, mine change from each week as well, Heather, so don't worry. But this is why we can make a list. So if you want to quickly just make a list on a piece of paper, if you've got one handy, or think about it in your head, write down kind of the top 5 or the main 3, just whatever's coming up for you, just scribble away whatever these beliefs are, whatever you think you are. If it's I am not good enough, I am not worthy, you know, what is it coming up for you? I know for me, I didn't realise until I started doing my business, I had a real blocker about being able to receive. I have always been one of them people who I make my money myself. And since having a job at 14, my mum pretty much was like, well, you're making money now. No pocket money for you. You buy your own clothes, you buy your own stuff. And I was very much like thrown into, right, this is you, even though I just had a little job in a chip shop. But that just made me really kind of like, I look after myself. And now I've got to the point where I've like got to open up to receiving, which is a weird thing to go from giving and giving and giving all the time, and then suddenly it's like, no, you're okay to receive. And that was a big one for me, not being able to, not feeling worthy to receive money or to receive gifts or even help. It took a lot for me to ask for help, and I'm getting better at it now, even with my business. And sometimes I reach out to people and I'm like, what's the best way to think about this? Have you got a minute to help me with this? And it's quite freeing when you start to, think it through. But when you're in that situation and you're feeling like you've got to decide everything and you've got to do everything, it's bloody hard. I'm not good enough. Success is momentary and I have difficulty letting people in. Right? That's a funny one, Oswald, because I would have thought you're very, you're so social in our groups. So I'm shocked at that one, but thank you for opening up. I love it. Thanks. Okay, so if we've all got some, and then just just let me know in the comment that you've got some and you're ready to go for this meditation. So just say yes, and that would be great. And then I'll move into the meditation. My throat's a bit croaky today. I think I've been talking a lot this week. So if you're ready and you've got your list, just pop a yes in the comments. Brill. Thanks, Heather. Thanks, Laura. Okay. So if you get yourself comfortable in a nice seated position, thanks, Mandy. And then just get yourself comfortable and just remember the things that you've got on your list. I know it's going to be hard to forget them, so just keep them in your mind. But take a deep breath in and just close your eyes naturally and release that breath. And then take another deep breath in and hold. And then release. And just one last deep breath in. And then release. And if you just imagine the white light just above your crown chakra, and it's coming down from source energy. And then as you breathe in, you just breathe that white light through your crown, into your third eye, and just let it fill your head. And take another deep breath in, and it moves down into your throat. And what it's doing, it's clearing all your chakras as it goes. It's realigning them front and back. And it's releasing anything that no longer serves you. Just take another deep breath. Move that white light into your heart, to that center of your chest. And then feel it move down each of your arms to your fingers. And then take another deep breath in and move it down through your sacral chakra, your solar plexus, right down your torso, and into your root, right in your hips. And then another deep breath. And move it down to your knees. And then one last deep breath. And it's down to your feet and your toes. And you can feel it just spreading all through your body. Just this white light circling every cell. And then you imagine the roots coming out of your feet, going down deep into the earth, deeper and deeper, moving past rocks, crystals, underwater lakes, waterfalls, granite, marble. Just feel all that earth as these roots go deeper and deeper. And then you come to the earth's core, and it's this gassy ball, blue and green energy, just swirling round. And you wrap these roots right round the earth's core, and they penetrate in, and you feel all that energy shooting back up the roots, back past all that earth, and into your feet, and then right up through your body to your crown. And it mixes with that white golden light. And just breathe in that energy. Take a big deep breath. Feel it swirling around your body. Totally safe and protected. And I'm just going to call in all your guides and angels and anyone 100% light being that wants to work with you. And I just want you to imagine you're walking up a driveway to a huge mansion. There's a lovely lawn out the front, trees up the drive. You can hear the birds. And this mansion's got huge steps going up to it. And start to walk towards the steps, and then up to a huge front door. And as you get there, the door might open for you, or someone might open for you, and you end up in a huge entry hallway. Just notice what you see, what it feels like. And you start to walk through, and you go into a room. And in this room, it's huge. There's loads of books on the walls. There's a big fireplace. And the door just closes behind you. And you notice in this room, all the curtains are closed, but there's a big mirror in the corner. And as you walk up to the mirror, you see yourself standing there. You start to look at yourself in the mirror. And you start to think of them limiting beliefs that you have. And as you're looking at yourself in the mirror, just say them limiting beliefs to the person in front of you. And just watch what happens to your reflection. Does your energy start to drop? Do you look older? Do you look weaker? Just keep looking at the person and the person in the mirror, and they're feeling all these beliefs that we're thinking. And just watch what happens. Does the energy just dip so low that they're quite hunched? Do they go childlike? Do they cry? Is that person curling in a ball? What do you see? Just put all of them beliefs that you've been thinking onto that reflection. And just let that reflection, the person in the mirror, hold them for you. And just watch and see what they look like. Just take all of that in. Take a big, deep breath. And just make sure you feel like you've transferred all of them beliefs through that mirror. You've put them onto your reflection, or onto whatever person you see looking back at you. You've pushed them all through that mirror. You're standing tall on the outside, and the person inside's the one holding all them beliefs. Just take another deep breath. And then you notice there's a massive hammer next to the mirror. It can be as big as you like, but you can pick it up. And you pick up that hammer, and you just look at that person looking back at you. How them beliefs have made them feel. And you've passed them all them beliefs, because you don't need them anymore. But you're going to free yourself and the reflection from these beliefs. So you're going to take that hammer and just take a massive swing and start smashing up that mirror. Just hit it as hard as you can and keep hitting it until there's nothing left but tiny little pieces. Take all your anger out that you need to, all the shame, all the guilt that you've held on to them feelings for so long. And with every smash you take, you're releasing that from your energy. You're letting go of them beliefs because you don't need them anymore. So just take another deep breath and keep smashing that mirror till there's literally nothing left. No frame, no glass. Just breathe in and keep smashing away. Free yourself from all them beliefs. Just keep smashing it. Even if there's nothing there now, just keep banging it into the ground and banging it into the ground till all you're left with is dust. When you get to that point where you've just got dust or rubbish, pick up the brush that's nearby and the dustpan, and start sweeping it all into that fire. It should be a fireplace, and just put it all into that fire till there's nothing left than just a clean floor. And just watch all them beliefs and all them feelings, the feeling of not being good enough, just watch it all burn away. Just watch that burn. There's nothing holding you back anymore. None of them feelings are in your energy anymore. Just watch them burn and feel the energy lift from your body. Feel all of them beliefs shift from your body. Take a huge deep breath in, and then just look around at the clean floor. The fire's burning bright, and there's nothing there to hold you back anymore. Just breathe all that in. Go and open the curtains and just check. There's nothing left, nothing there. Just a nice clean floor. And feel how your energy feels now. And just breathe that feeling in. And then when you're ready, start to leave that room. Walk back into the hallway. Back towards the door. And just before you get to the door, just see if there's anything you need to know before you leave. Just ask in your head, is there anything I need to know before leaving this house? Just take a big deep breath. And when you're ready, start walking out that front door and down the drive. And see how it feels. Is the energy outside any different? Do you see anything different? Is the sun shining brighter? Just take everything in, all that fresh air, and that feeling that you're free from all them beliefs. Just breathe that in as you walk down that drive. And as you get to the bottom, slowly come back to the room. Start wiggling your toes. When you're ready, open your eyes. And when you're ready, just let me know how that felt. Whether you're asleep. Hopefully not from smashing things up. Let me know how that feels and shake that energy off if you need to. Sometimes meditations can make me physically move. I feel like I have to, stretch out or do something. It just depends on the type of meditation I do. Oh, tingling all over, that's good. Did it feel good, Laura? Do you feel like there's a shift in anybody's energy? Feels as if everything's reset. It felt so good. Oh, that's good, Oswald. I think I went into that deeper than last time that you had it. So hopefully that should have had a good shift for you. And this is the thing, this is a meditation that you can keep doing. And even if new beliefs come up, you know, things that you haven't thought of before, it's something you can keep doing. So Mandy, is that a new belief then that you come up with? And were you able to smash it up? Because that can often happen as well, because when we're tapping into our intuition through the meditation, it brings up the stuff that is deeper than the surface level. Took total love with me out the mansion. Oh, that's so nice. Yeah. I did this meditation a while ago and it was a game changer for me. I felt so free from doing it, and I do try and do it quite often to try and just imagine being in that room, smashing up the mirror. And as well, it's interesting to see what you see in the reflection, I think, because the person who's got all of that on their shoulders, for me, they go really old and hunched, and I find that fascinating to watch. And I think that is ultimately what we do when we put these beliefs on us, because that energy and what we're saying to our bodies affects our bodies so much without us realizing. So when you see the effect that it has on the person in the mirror, it kind of brings to life what we're saying to ourselves. And the thing with energy is it can shift in a second. Literally, you could have had a belief for so long, and energy work and shifting it can move it quite quick. Some things are deep rooted, but even them, it just depends on the frame of mind we're in, whether we're ready to let it go, things like that, and it can shift them really, really quick. Oh, right, so that could be ego talking there, Mandy. It's bad luck to break a mirror. So did you break it? I'm interested in that one. My legs and hands felt weighted, and when I asked if there was anything I needed to know, but did not get anything else, my head felt heavy before I opened my eyes. We'll have to see what that one comes out like, Casey. Again, it's, you know, just seeing how what you'll have to watch is what comes up for you after these as well. So we've done some heavy meditations this week, so definitely do the aftercare, drink lots of water, have some salt. Hi, Val. You know, do everything that you need to, and just try and look after yourself, because we've done some major shifts with the energy this week. So it is quite heavy going, but obviously I want to show what you're all capable of and what we can do with this work, because it is so interesting. So you did break the mirror, I'm glad. Oh, it's all right, Val, don't worry, you can always catch up on stuff. We've just done a limiting belief meditation. I've flipped things around tonight, so if you want to catch that on the replay as well, because it was a good one. So people have had some good shifts. So can I just ask, I know you're saying what you felt, but did you feel like your energy shift? Did you feel like there was a lift anywhere from that meditation? Just pop that in if you did feel that, and then we'll move on to what we're going to talk about manifesting, which is going to be a good one. So just let me know, and then we'll move on. No worries, Val. That was it. I switched it up because I said we've done a lot of heavy work this week, so I wanted to shift some of them limiting beliefs that we've been coming up with. So it was a good meditation, so definitely have a go at that one. So the next half, I'm just going to move on to the more kind of magic side and how we can tap into that. Now, obviously, we've been doing loads of intuition work. So your meditations, you've been getting messages and you've been getting signs and things like that. But I want to talk about how you can use them to give you some support, ask for help, feel more like you could get the things that you wanted. So our angels and guides are around us all the time. Now, whether you believe in that stuff, I think everybody pretty much does in this group, but they literally are there helping us all the time, and they're trying to give us signs and symbols and trying to direct us on our path, but often we just don't hear it. We're too busy that we just don't hear what was happening. So there's things like you might see numbers everywhere. So you could see recurring numbers. So I noticed before we were at 3333, which I love, because threes are all about the number of ascended masters. So that's telling me that kind of higher guidance is with us. So it's real heavy, not heavy, but really high powered angels. It's the archangels that are linked to 333. So when I see that, I get very excited. But a lot of people have said they've been getting 222 coming up for them, which means that you're on the right track. You should be trusting your intuition, which is a brilliant one. 111 is obviously linked to new beginnings and manifesting, which we're going to dip into. And then you can get things like feathers. So I don't know whether you've seen my picture the other week, but a white feather was... I'd went to bed that night, there was no feathers in my house at all. And I come up the next morning, I opened the blind in my kitchen, and there was a white feather, and it was literally hanging off the bottom of the blind, just like that. And there was no way it could have got in my house. There was, I mean, I've got cats, but they didn't have anything in. It was just random and out the blue, and just a nice little sign. And then Mandy said she's seen a robin the other day, which is obviously linked to past loved ones. So there's so many signs that they're trying to give us. And even you think about Instagram or Facebook and you think, oh, you know, you just randomly go on and you get this message and it's like, that was so accurate. Somebody could have posted a quote or something and it's the exact thing that you need to see and hear. Well, that is a sign. That is your angels communicating with you. And let's have a look what people are saying. So, yeah, Val, you get numbers 1212. I get that one a lot as well. Yeah, I love that one. And I always think that's a good balance between your right direction and your manifesting, which I like. So, Oswald, you had a shift and glee from smashing the mirror, but you look back on the mess I made and went a bit too far. No, you didn't at all. That was fab. That was exactly what you needed to do. Hi, Alison. Yeah, definitely catch up on that meditation because it was so good. And you saw lots of... that's good. And I think now we've got social media, we're getting these signs more and more. And it's a weird thing to think that, but you are, because you're just so tapped into different pictures popping up and different things that you're seeing, and they're just there. And what it is, they are trying to communicate with us all the time, but we do have this thing called free will, and the angels will not interject if it goes against your free will. So often you have to ask for their help. And like I said before, I'm quite independent and I struggled with this. And even to the point where I was thinking, I'm asking my angels to manifest me money, ultimately, so I could set up my dream and leave work. Sorry, anybody who works with me. But that was what I was wanting. But then in my mind, I was thinking, but is that cheating? And this is the thing that we help with. So because I was saying that and I wasn't really asking them, they weren't really helping me, because I wasn't saying to them, please, please help. But what you can do is you can ask them for help. You can give them your worries. You can get them involved as much as possible. And when we're talking about manifesting, for me, what we're doing, we're talking to the angels, we're talking to source energy, and we're asking and we're setting our dreams based on, one, what we want from our soul desires. When you really tap into what do you want as a soul, it opens up limitless. So I said the other day that I watched The Secret and then I started having this big dream of helping people, and I didn't know how I was going to do it. I didn't know where it had even come from, because I'd never had that dream before, but my soul was talking to me. So when we start connecting in with these desires, when we're manifesting and asking for what we want, basically we're asking the angels or the guides and source energy to bring it to us. And and it comes down to how much we believe we can receive to what we get. So when you think about, say you asked for £10,000 by tomorrow, the angels could easily deliver that to you. But in our mind, we'd be thinking, how would that happen? Would that really happen? Could that happen? Or if I said I want to be a millionaire by the end of the year, yeah, that probably could happen, and they could bring that to me. But in my mind, would I believe it, and would I really be counteracting what I'm saying? So what we're going to do tonight is a quick and easy trick that can get you manifesting quick and show you how things can show up for you and the magic of it, which is great, but also in a believable realm that you might think, because sometimes you have to build yourself up to the big things, because yeah, you might have these big dreams, but you might be thinking, I don't believe it yet. And the power of manifesting is we don't need to know how. So I want lots of things. Like I've got these big dreams now, but I don't know how they're going to happen. So, but sometimes you try and overanalyze, you try and interact, you try to think of every way. So when I was doing this launch and what I wanted to do with my program, I had kind of an idea of what I wanted, but then I was thinking, well, I don't know how that's going to pan out, and I don't know how I'm going to get there. And I went into overdrive. I went into listening to my mind again, rather than thinking, right, this is going to work, this is going to come together, and this is how it's going to, just let it play out. And actually, when I did that, I started getting ideas, things started flowing. I started, I was literally writing out the lessons just from nowhere, but I was getting the messages channeled because I'd relaxed and let it come. But sometimes we try and overanalyze too much on how, and we try and plan and control it, and that's not our job. So, Laura, the light around you got brighter when you said you asked. Oh, that's so nice. That's a nice thing to say. So where's people's heads? Are they au fait with manifesting? Do you know much about it? Do you want me to go over what it is? Because some people might not know much about the law of attraction, but just pop in the chat, in the comments. Do you know much about it? Do you know how to manifest? Are you doing it regular, or do you want me to just run through some information on it quickly? Because the thing with money, especially, or anything, is it's all energy. So whatever we're doing, it's an energy exchange. So whatever you're wanting, whatever you're wanting to manifest, whatever this dream life looks like, you energetically need to vibrate at that frequency. So lots of people try and say, I want to attract the right man. I want to attract the man of my dreams. And yet they're vibrating at a frequency where they don't feel good enough, or they don't feel, they don't feel worthy. So people are vibrating down here, but they want to attract the type of man that's up here, that's going to make them feel loved and amazing and just this perfect person. But they're vibrating here, so they're not attracting it in. They're actually attracting in people who are going to make them feel low and not worthy. So that's how energy works. Run through, please. Okay, Mandy. And I've thought about it, but I haven't done it. Okay. Right. So, yeah, the law of attraction is basically like attracts like, and everything is energy based. So everything in this world, you think of money, you think of just everything. Your thoughts and feelings are energy. So when you put a thought out, that's an energetic vibration that's attracting things in. So when you worry about something, often you worry about this outcome happening, or you worry about a certain thing happening, you often end up attracting that in, because all of your energy and all of your focus and all of your emotions is focused on this worry and this concern. So when I was in my past relationship, he had previously lost his job, and we'd had things with his ill health and things. And I lived in this anxiety that it was always going to happen again. So things kept reoccurring and reoccurring because I was always in this constant battle of everything's going to go again. Everything's going to go again. And I know, Oswald, you've said that's one of your beliefs as well. And it's a pattern. Whereas if you start to think about what you want and you start to get your energy up to the frequency of what you want, so your emotions in that place. So this is why the positive thinking, they're getting rid of the beliefs that are saying you're not good enough. Gratitude, which you'll have seen me doing every night, and I swear by that. So gratitude lifts your vibration to a point where you're going to be attracting more good things into your life. Often people think, why would I be grateful when I've not manifested the thing I want yet? But actually, you've manifested the thing you asked for 2 years ago, 1 year ago, a month ago. They're all there. So everything we've got now, we've actually manifested. And that's the thing. But when you don't know what you're doing, you're unconsciously going to manifest just anything because we feel like we don't have the control. But once you know that you co-create your reality, you can start to move things in a more positive light. So if you think about things in your past when you've been more positive or you've had this really good energy about you and you feel like everything good is just flowing and more good things flow in, that's because you're in that flow state, you're in that good energy, good vibration. But what we're taught is that normally life just happens to us. We don't have any control about it. Life is just meant to be quite, like I said, vanilla. But that's not the truth. Our energetic frequency attracts that energy back in. And if we do it emotionally, it heightens it. So like I was saying with your intentions, think about what emotion you want to feel, because what that does is it puts it in your imagination. It makes you think, I want to feel that way. And then you attract things that are going to make you feel that way and make you feel good. Does that make sense to anyone? Please let me know. So with the gratitude, let me just run through that as well quickly, because that is a really good one to lift your vibration. So if you think about, I put things on there like, I am so grateful for just a good sleep and not setting an alarm. But that for me is amazing. Like I wake up every morning and if I haven't had an alarm go off and I haven't had that broken sleep, I feel like, wow, I feel refreshed. I feel really good. I feel like I've woke up naturally. If I think about my house, I'm in now, and it's not just a house. It's a house where we're like a little family. I get to sit in my garden, and my garden's my sanctuary, and I get to enjoy that. I get to listen to the birds. I get to look at my tree that's in my garden. I get to sit in my summer house, and it all just makes me feel amazing. And I sit there and I take it in, and I'm like, oh, this is heaven. This is so relaxing. And you feel that shift. So think about something that in your life, even your house or something like that, that you might have been looking at and thinking, God, all this house needs redecorated, it needs redone, it's a mess. Whereas actually, if you look around, it's given you shelter. You sat there warm and cozy when this cold weather's kicking in autumn. And you can snuggle up in your bed and you can be really cozy and you've just got this little sanctuary, and you might have a nice bath or a nice shower, and we've got all this running water and all this safety, and we can lock the door and feel safe and see how much that changes. So you've gone from thinking this is just a house that maybe needs decorated, but actually all that stuff it gives you, and it just lifts your vibration completely. And then what you're doing as you lift your vibration, you're attracting things in at that level. So yeah, being out in water, walk by the river, yeah, water is so grounding. But it's things that are going to raise your vibration. So putting your favourite song on the radio, putting having a playlist, doing things that are going to boost you and lift your mood. And that's what finding your inner magic's all about. Because if you're vibrating at this shiny, sparkly vibration most of the time, like imagine all the good stuff that you are attracting into your life. And that's how it works. Wherever you vibrate is the type of stuff that you attract in. And it's all energy. So money's energy, you know, cars energy. So you might feel when you were run down, broke, you had a crappy car. When you feel better about yourself, you end up getting a better car. You know, these things happen. These are all energetic frequencies. If you're buying a service and you pay a good amount of money, but you get a good amount of service back, it's like with energy healing. Once I started charging for my services, I started getting more channeled messages. So the more I actually charge, the better somebody gets, because it's better frequency coming in, and even the angels are more open to it. So they're like, right, she's given out this energy, she's exchanging this energy with someone, let's give her the channeling. So it's just all energy, but we've got to vibrate at that higher frequency. Oh, that's good. I like you like the description of the house, Oswald. So I hope that makes sense, because law of attraction can be complicated when we first start off, but basically what I like to call it, so ask, believe, receive is the main motto of it. So you ask for what you want, which is what we're going to do in a minute, and then you believe it can be delivered to you, and you be open to receiving it. So if somebody gives you a compliment, are you one of them people who say, oh, this old thing? Or do you say, thank you very much, that's so nice? Because I used to be one of them that would sideswipe it and be like, oh, really? But I do accept them now, and I'm so grateful for it, because what that is you're open to receiving. You're accepting that gift that somebody's just give you as a compliment. So can you see how often we shut things off, and what we're saying is to the universe that no, we don't want that, thanks. And that's a big one that people, you know, always do. Or if you go into a restaurant and somebody offers to pay and you're like, no, and you end up having this crazy fight at the till about who's paying, and you're battling with cards, and you're like, you pay, no, and the woman behind the till's like, really, just somebody pay, and who cares? But your friend might have just said to you, I'm going to pay for your lunch, and instead of going, oh, thank you very much, that's so nice, I'll get the next one, you shut it off, and the universe could be like, I've just tried to give you money there and you've not took it, so why would I send you any more? That's how it works, and it's all this energy exchange and these little things that we don't think of. So does that ring true for anybody? Have you thought about that before? I've got a friend who's adamant she has to pay for everything. You couldn't buy her like a 10p mix, honestly. She's so like, no, it's not happening. And I don't know where this stubbornness comes from, but then she doesn't receive because of it. You know, it's one of them things. And you even receive you get all these things and you get all these money, even when you go to buy your favorite, say you've been looking at a dress or a shirt in your case, Oswald, and you go and it's 50% off. That's the universe giving you 50% of that top. You know, but we forget about these little things and we take them for granted. But if we act in a grateful way and we're like, yes, the dress I've just wanted, it's 50% off. How amazing is that? Like, that's you being given a gift of abundance from the universe, and this is how it works. So it's not always about the way things appear, because things can come in a very different package. I always say I manifested the relationship I'm in, but the way I did it was when I was with my husband, I used to think, oh, I wish he would do this, or I wish he would be like this. And then once me and him split up and everything kind of shifted, the universe was like, yeah, you can have everything on your list. It just looks like this package. And it was a completely different person. And I'm not saying anybody's going to manifest a new man unless you want to, but that's how it happened for me. So it does come in the unexpected ways, and we've got to be open to it coming that way, because they have 1,000,001 better ideas than we do, and it's so good and interesting to see. So I've been working on strengthening my awareness and appreciating what is. That's so good, Cheryl. Honestly, I know I might drive everybody mad with these gratitude posts, but we need to jump on this gratitude bandwagon, because I did, once I got into The Secret, I was trying to do my gratitude journal every night, and it wasn't working. I wasn't very good at it. I used to forget, and I never really took it very serious. And then I was like, right, I'm really changing my life. And I wrote down a list of things I wanted to manifest, and I decided I was doing an Instagram account, and I set up an Instagram account where I posted a picture and did my list of 5 things every single night. And I did this two years ago, maybe. Yeah, 2 years ago. And within 3 months, my life had completely changed, like unbelievably changed. And I will never stop posting my gratitude now, because what you're doing as well by putting it out there, you're putting it into the universe. You're literally releasing it from yourself and you're putting it out there. So that's what I wanted, the power of this, doing it on Instagram. But also putting it out of yourself is writing it out on get yourself a nice notepad or something and write it every night. And it's so powerful. It'll completely change your mind. It'll reduce your anxiety as well, and it gets you into the frequency of being grateful and receiving. So definitely one to do. And then what I want you to do tonight is we're going to manifest some money. Okay, so I've done this on my podcast and I had some weird and wonderful stories coming out of it. So if anybody wants more information on the law of attraction, go to my podcast, and there's one on law of attraction in there. And what I did was get people to manifest a penny. Now, like I said, if I said to you, you could manifest £1 million in 2 days, you would think I was crazy. And actually you could. Your angels and guides could bring that to you very, very easily. They could bring that to any of us, but we just don't, because it's something we've never had, and we've maybe never been at that level of receiving that amount of money. We're just maybe not open to that at the minute. So, and that's why you find these lottery winners often get the money, spend it all, and then have nothing, because they're just not up the vibrational frequency of what they're ready to receive, and it's too big of a shock. So you have this cap on what you're able to get sometimes, and until we start nudging the cap up and nudging it up and nudging it up, we sometimes block things off. So what I'm going to ask you to do is just manifest a penny. We can all manifest a penny, and for the Americans, you can manifest a quarter. Now, I've took this from Emily Aarons. She does her Intuition Week, and she does manifesting, just this little test. And I know somebody else has done it with a manifest like a chocolate bar or something like that. But what I'm going to do is stick to this penny or a quarter. So if you just close your eyes and take a deep breath in, and then if you just call in your angels and guides, and you just ask them if they could bring you a penny or a quarter or something more within 24 hours, you would be most grateful. So just ask your guides and your angels to bring you a penny or a quarter within the next 24 hours. And just thank them and take a deep breath in. And that's it done. Now, don't worry about how it's going to come or whether you're going to see it. Just be open to it coming, open to receiving it. Know that you can receive it in any way. So what happened when I first did it was I was making a cup of tea, and behind my kettle was a 5 pence and a 2 pence. which was random. And then the next day I manifest, like still with this manifesting a penny, I actually won a scholarship to a coaching program. Like, it was crazy. And I tried it again since, and I went to pay a bill, and I expected the bill to be, I think it was going to be about £600. And when I rung up, they were like, it's £250. I couldn't believe it. How could I have miscalculated that much? Like, for nearly £400 better off than I thought I was going to be. And that was from manifesting a penny. So you're not limited to a penny. Imagine what can come to you in the next 24 hours. And it could be a gift from a friend, it could be flowers, it could come in money off coupon. You know, look for everything, but don't worry about it, because it will come if you just relax and breathe into it. And in the morning, just think, thank you very much. I know you're going to bring me my penny today. And just see what comes. And what you can do tonight is just let that go, let the universe take that one, and see what comes. Is everybody up for that? Well, we've all manifested it now. We've all asked for it. So how did that feel, asking for it? Let me know. Oh, and I'll pull us a card. So I'll show you this because I wanted to show you how I pull cards as well, so that you know I'm not just randomly picking them out. So I always knock the pack, which clears the energy, and then I just shuffle and I ask the right card to pop out that we need to hear. So just, you see that? Just popped. So that was the card, and that's all that happens. When I'm in alignment with the love of the universe, peace cannot be disrupted. So that's our message for tonight. So when you're in alignment with the love of the universe, your inner peace can't be disrupted. And you know what? That's so true. When I've started doing all this spiritual work and, you know, tapping into my intuition and just knowing that my angels and guides literally have my back, I'm not as stressed anywhere near as I used to be. And if I am, I literally tap into their energy and put it over to them. So I was having a bit of a bad day today, because obviously putting yourself out there in like this environment is quite scary, and it brings up all your limiting beliefs and all your emotions. So it was getting to me today. I was listening to my ego rather than my intuition, and I tapped into that energy and I just said, you know, take it all away, take it from me. And I just instantly felt peace, and it was amazing. So right, I will leave you there because we're cracking on over the hour, but I will post the homework for tonight. And remember, if you put in the homework for every night, you get the chance to win a scholarship or a chance to win a breakthrough reading with me, and they are amazing. Oh, I'm glad you feel lighter and less pain. That's so nice. And yes, so you can put in for all 5 nights, and I will give you, I'll be drawing the prize on Monday, but you've got a chance to catch up on the videos. Don't feel like too pressured, but come and join the next couple of nights because they're going to be amazing. We're going to be moving into actually, what do you want to manifest? So we're going to have all manifested a penny by tomorrow. And if not, you've still got a few hours left, because we've said 24 hours we've got. So hopefully you'll all have manifested your penny or something even better. And then we'll do tomorrow nights, and we'll do some exciting tomorrow as well. So, oh, I'm glad that's calmed you down, Casey. Thanks for saying that. Oh, and thanks, Val. That's nice to hear. Right, so I will leave you for tonight. Enjoy the rest of the night, you guys in the UK, and everybody in America. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will catch you tomorrow. Bye.